Some of the greatest OPM icons have come together for an online musical that's dedicated to how we're feeling during this pandemic. It's called M-Flix 2021, The Pinoy Pandemic Palabas, which features 12 original OPM songs. It's also a tribute to our frontliners. Joining us now to tell us more about this is Noel Ferrer. He's one of the curators of the event. Good morning, Noel.
Good morning, Pao. I want to ask you, what's your Pinoy playlist, pandemic playlist?
Well, we'll get into that, but I want to say thank you for joining us. Now, this, Noel, is a two-part series, and the first one actually happened over the weekend. Kamusta naman ang palabas natin?
Okay na okay, Pao, and it's still online via Mind is Cool, the YouTube channel. So they can watch it again in preparation for the second part, which will be airing this coming Saturday naman at 7 o'clock. So the whole thing will be there for the whole year. So pwedeng magkaroon ng mga barkada, family, viewing ng Pinoy Pandemic Playlist, which we call M-Flix, the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas.
Okay, let's take a step back, Noel. You know, how did this event come together? I'm curious as well, what does M-Flix stand for?
Yeah, it's a musical flicks. Parang di ba may iFlix for movies. So, but Pinoy Playlist started as a festival of Filipino music across genres and across generations. Christine's son was a part of our birthing year in 2018, no? Then 2019, we expanded. We had the usual festival and we had 3 simultaneous acts at the BGC Arts Center. And then we gave recognition to music icons, and we had an educational component where we taught kids in Taguig, with basic music appreciation. So 2020, the pandemic happened. We had to reconnect with our sponsors. We saw a lot of our musical artists doing the rounds of fundraisers from their own rooms and houses via FB Live and Zoom and Kumu. Pero 2021, we thought we had to bounce back already and then mag-level up in terms of performances. So dapat this year may narrative na, parang musical, and so we called it M-Flix, the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas. We wanted the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas to be number 1, full of excellence, working with the best, and second, full of goodwill too, as diverse as possible. So Mr. C, our national artist, posed a challenge. Why don't we go all original? Kasi during the first year of the pandemic, di ba, parang people were just singing their old songs kasi yun yung nasa baol nila. But now the challenge was to create music based on that pandemic. We have to make it relevant. No? So Mr. C actually composed the first song, which became the theme of the Pinoy Pandemic Playlist, which is Tayong Mga Pilipino. At yung may line doon, Pao, tayong mga Pilipino tumitindig kahit kapos. And that's the story of the Pinoy Pandemic Playlist. No? Parang kapos man sa resources, sa trabaho, tayo sa bakuna, sa social life, sa dangal, sa goodwill, sa inspiration, lahat-lahat na, pero tumitindig tayo. Hindi lang para sa pamilya, kundi para sa community natin at para sa bayan. Through music, nagawan natin ng paraan to be relevant. So we were able to discuss themes like gulat, takot, sakripisyo, determination, pangamba, pagtuklas, malasakit, pagtanggap, pag-alala, pasasalamat, pagbabago. The mode of production pa we saw and distribution and consumption of all our industries, especially in the creative industry, have changed. Pero the content really mukhang hindi pa rin nagbabago. Di ba?
Well,
The same old
speaking of the content, Noel, I want to ask you, if I could, how did you go about choosing the artists and the songs that will be featured here? I mean, you are the curator. Are these songs, do they reflect the sadness, the sense of mourning that we felt during the pandemic? Or is it really sort of moving forward towards the hopefulness?
Tama, we had to list down the values or the feelings we had during the pandemic. Tapos doon, we had to match it with the best composers and the best artists. No? So, yun, and now, we saw that we had to continue to find relevance in what we do, connect art, music, poetry, theater, with broadcast film concepts. Kasi we're filming everything, lahat na pandemic pa rin. No? So, so now, for the second edition of the Pinoy Pandemic Playlist, yung the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas, we will have Augie Alcacid, Joey Ayala, Manoling Francisco, Louie Ocampo, Maestro Ryan Cayabyab with interpreters. Aside from Augie and Joey Ayala, Clarice de Guzman and the Bukas Palad Ministry, 35th year nila in the music industry. Mark Bautista, we wrote a song. I wrote a song with Louie Ocampo, and it talked about remembering our losses. based on Louis Ocampo's eulogy to his dad. So Mark also lost his dad during the pandemic. So may ganong reality, no? And then Mr. C with Joey Reyes, you are director in your film Radio Romance, had that song for Jed Madela and Joanna Ampil. And then this is very, very special. Mr. C also wrote a new song for Basil Valdez. So celebrating his birthday today, our music icon.
So much filled. It's hitik na hitik, so to speak. Now, before I let you go, Noel, I understand there's also a giant solar artwork that was put up as a symbol of gratitude for hope for our frontliners, because there is that angle. This is a tribute to the frontliners. Tell us about that.
That's true. So as part of our tribute to the frontliners and every Filipino in the pandemic journey, a solar artwork installation was lit sa Sun Life Amphitheater on both weekends. So we had that last Saturday. We'll have it again. Inspired by the bagong araw that Mr. C was talking about. So it's taken from the lyrics of Tayong Mga Pilipino. And you can watch it again sa Act 2. No? So hope to see you all online sa premiere as we watch together and connect sa YouTube live chat. So follow BGC Arts Center, FB and IG for more information. So yun, thank you Moy Ortiz, Maribel Garcia of the BGC Arts Center, Bonifacio Arts Foundation, and would also like to thank our director, Steven Viñas, and then Miko Angeles for helping us here in Aidon Palanque, and all the composers and all the singers who helped us here in the Pinoy Pandemic Playlist. Now I have to ask you again, what's your Pinoy Pandemic Playlist or your pandemic playlist? Sabi ni Susie, Frank Sinatra daw yung ano mo.
You know, I went through my playlist and I went through all, a lot of reminiscing. I went through a lot of my Brat Pack stuff. But, there's nothing like some vintage Gary V for me as far as vintage
Gary
as far as
V.
OPM goes. It's just feel-good music, and I think everybody's got their own vibe there. But I think everybody will find something in this M-Flix 2021, the Pinoy Pandemic Palabas, continuing this Saturday. Noel, thank you so much, as always, for joining us this morning right here on New Day.